Jill for today, and I am making stuffed pasta shells. Do you remember all that beautiful spaghetti sauce, my mother's recipe that I made a couple, 3 months back? Put it in the freezer. Well, it's been so warm that I really haven't wanted to do pasta dishes like that. So we're finally into some fabulous weather, and I've brought some of that delicious spaghetti sauce out, and I'm making stuffed shells. Before we get started, I want to show you a little bit of the prep work I do. So come on down. Zoom in here a little bit. Okay, I need to see what. Okay. All right, here is, I'm using your your standard pasta shells. This is a good brand. It's, Italian, and they have pretty good pasta. So this is the one I'm using, but you certainly could buy any pasta brand. And what I like to do is kind of scope out how many shells I can cook in one baking sheet. So it's kind of like a little dry run. And I do this with lasagna noodles as well. I'll lay out the dry lasagna noodles, and just see how many sheets of it I might need, and then I have a pretty good guess. So what I've done here is I've lined up, because they're going to swell, obviously, and there's going to be sauce in there, and I've lined them up, and it's about 4 per line, and there's about 20 here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So 20 shells, and that's what I'm going to cook. We'll have dinner tonight, and then I will freeze the rest in dinner increments. So that's what I'm going to do, and let me bring it right back up here. All right, so what I've got here is the pasta, and I'm going to boil that up. I'm going to have a big pot of hot water, throw a nice amount of salt in there, and I'm going to cook these until they're just done. We don't want them mushy, but I don't like really al dente pasta, so they're going to be just done, and I will let you know how many minutes that takes. So I will see you again on the other side when we've got some pasta cooked. My pot is at a rolling boil there, and I'm going to add a heaping teaspoon of salt, and then I'm going to add all of those shells. In they go. Give them a good stir. Them all in there, and I'm going to bring that heat, once it comes up to a boil, which it is, I'm going to turn that down to about medium. So I want it to just boil, and I don't need it to melt Vesuvius there, and I'm going to give it 9 minutes on my timer, and I'm going to kick that up just a little bit. Okay, so we are good here. We're cooking shells, and we'll be back when they're done and drained. So let's get started on the filling while my pasta shells are cooling. They took 9.5 minutes to cook. Yours might vary a little, but mine are just done, and I'm very pleased with them. I have drained them and rinsed them with cold water, and they're just kind of sitting off to the side right now. And that is what's so great about this recipe. You can make it like ahead of time, get your little parts all done at your convenience, and then put it all together at the end. Certainly you don't need homemade sauce. Jarred sauce is super good, and if I had not made sauce, that's what I would have used. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting the filling together, and I'll bring it down and we'll show you what we're doing. Okay, there's my bowl. All right, in my bowl is going to go, I have some ricotta cheese. This is part-skim, and quite honestly, I don't think you can buy anything heavier than partially skim. I think they do a fat-free, and we have tried it, and it's dreadful. It's just dreadful. So my suggestion is this, but if you want to go low fat, or excuse me, fat-free, that's great. Okay, and I have chopped up a little ham. This is about a 1/4 cup of ham. You don't need to put ham in there. It's something that I had a couple of pieces of, and I said, let's go ahead and throw that in there. 1 egg. There we go. And I'm going to wipe my hands here. I'm going to add a little garlic powder, maybe 1/4 teaspoon, and then a little bit of onion. Again, maybe 1/8 teaspoon. And I want some color. If I had fresh parsley, I would have used fresh parsley. So I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon, and a little more than that. teaspoon and a half probably of dried parsley. And I'm going to also add some Parmesan cheese. This is my own home, I bought a block of Parmesan, and I'll have to show you how I grind this. I do it in the food processor. I cut it into cubes and I drop it down as the blade is moving, and it just makes a beautiful grate. So I'm going to put a couple tablespoons in there. And then this is the funniest story about this cheese. I thought this was Asiago. It's not. I'm not sure whether, I don't know what it is, but I went to do it last night and I cut it up into cubes and I decided to take a little cube. I said, this isn't Parmesan. This isn't Romano. I don't know what this is, but we're going to put a little bit in there anyway. So there's that. That's about, again, another 2 tablespoons and some pepper. We don't want to forget the pepper. A lot of pepper. Okay. I think I'm going to hold off on the salt. The cheeses have salt, the ham has salt, and I don't think you need extra salt in there. Make sure it's all combined like really about there. Yes, that looks real good. Okay. And it's a nice thick consistency, so it's not going to hopefully ooze out of those shells. And the egg, of course, helps it bind as well as the cheese. Here's the deal. This is going to go into the refrigerator. And I have my sauce out actually just trying to get it to room temperature. I don't need to warm it because everything will warm up in the oven. So I'm going to put this in the fridge. I'm going to wait till my shells are cool enough to handle, and then what I'll do is bring you back and we will stuff those shells and get them ready for the oven. So okay, everything is ready. Noodles are ready, filling is ready, sauce is ready, cheese is ready. So I'm going to bring you down and we're going to start filling some of these shells. Okay, here we go. All right. Get you in there so you can see what's going on. I have my sauce here, and what I'm first going to do is lay just a small little bit of sauce in there. Gives those little noodles something to talk about while they're cooking. And you know my father, I miss him so much, but he did the neatest little things. Does he would have sprinkled a little cheese down there. He's such a good guy. He was a nice little cook too. He did his, you know, when he was younger, I think he had to help out a lot at home before he took off. Now see, I'm just filling this shell, pretty good amount. Can you see that? Let me bring you in a little closer. Well, that's as close as I can get you. Okay, so I'm just going to fill it nicely like that, kind of close it up just so it has a little bit of shape there. Lay it in the pan. Take another one. I have my oven heating at 350 degrees. That's just this is a tablespoon, so it's just I would say a heaping tablespoon would go in there. That's a little bit much. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead, I'll do a couple more for you, and then I'll go ahead and finish this up. And then what I'll do is I'll show you how I finish it off before I put it. Non più tra I farfalloni amoroso, notte giorno di torno girano. All of them are stuffed. I ran a little short on the last one and I kind of snuck a little here and there, but I did a pretty good job as far as deciding how much cheese I needed for how many stuffed shells here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and just give a nice little cloak of sauce to all of these shells. And this will go into a preheated 350 degree oven. I'm going to cover it with foil. Put it in that 350-degree oven, and I'm gonna give it, because most of this is cool, you know, it's not hot. I'll probably give it about 35 minutes. And what I'll do is I'll check them after that. And if we need a little bit more time on them, I will give them a little more time. All right, I think that looks pretty darn good. All right, now I'm gonna take my leftover cheeses here. I've got some of this Parmesan that I know is Parmesan. I don't know what the other one is. It's good though, it's good. So there's a little Parmesan there, and a little of the mystery cheese, and a little of that on top. These are gonna be good. All right, so that is that. It's done. I got 20, what did I get, 20 shells, and these are going to be really great. I'm fixing this with just a simple salad, and that's going to be dinner, and I think it's going to be delicious. Once they're out, of course, I will have the director come in and he will take a sample. We'll sacrifice one of these shells, right? Okay, everybody, 350, about 35 to 40 minutes, foil on, and we'll be back. Look who's here just in time for tasting.
Fresh off a glass of wine.
Fresh off a glass of wine. Okay, so we're gonna bring it down and open it up. We're gonna see what it looks like first. Here we go.
Looks like aluminum foil.
Panny, and it does look like aluminum foil. Okay, it's hot. It's hot. Look out! It's hot. Oh,
ooh.
Look at that.
Oh boy, does that smell good?
Okay, where's my little thing? All right, I'm gonna serve one up, and don't, honey, I'm as close as oh, that's going wide. There we go. That's as close as I can. Well, that's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, let me move this. No, wrong way. It's very close. You can see part of it.
Okay.
All right, so we will be back when I have one served up. I know it is. It is tasting time. Do you want a little red pepper on that?
Oh, sure.
I always get in trouble when I put too much red pepper on this. I'm just gonna give it a little shot. Ooh-wee. Okay. All right, there you go. Now, be careful. It'll slide right off that plate.
You should take the first one.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, it looks cheesy.
It does look good. It's going to be hot, though. Be very careful. It's going to be hot.
Of course, it's falling apart.
That's all right. That's okay. That's all right.
Fortunately, I have a big mouth.
There you go.
Wow.
Is that good? Is that a good one? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Have a little sip of this.
Okay. Excuse me. Here's to you.
Here's to you.
La santé.
La santé. Okay. Here we go.
That is really good. I better have another one just to make sure.
That filling, excuse me, I had a double asante. That filling is so delicious. It's creamy. You've got the ham in there. Do you taste the ham?
Oh yeah.
And the other cheeses that I've added to it. A little garlic, a little onion. It is good. And the pasta was cooked just perfectly, absolutely perfectly. And of course the sauce, that's my mom and dad's sauce, but a good, just a canned or jarred sauce really is all you need.
Wow, that is good.
Oh, I can taste that ham.
Yeah.
It's really good. Okay. Oh, you take it.
No,
I insist.
no.
Okay.
I'll take a sip of your wine. Oh, that's good. That is delicious.
As I said, you do all these things. You don't have to sit there and do it all at once. You do the filling and put that away, and then a little while later you want to boil the noodles, and it comes together just like that.
And the important thing is have a glass of red wine in between each step.
And he's drinking he's drinking my wine. Okay.
Wow.
It's a winner. Of course, it's always a good dinner.
Yeah.
You were done?
Pasta.
Oh, pasta. Are you done now?
I'm done.
All right. The recipe will be here for you. As I said, you want ham in there, fine. If you don't, that's fine. But I think it's a good basic recipe.
Yeah.
You can kind of go off from there.
The perfect accompaniment to Monday night football.
It is. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for watching. Tell your friends, subscribe. If you think somebody would like this recipe, pass it on to them. Hit that little subscribe button down there and the little bell, and you will be the first to know when a video is uploaded. And visit my Amazon shop. Thank you very much. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right, everybody, thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.